I mean, the last thing you want to tell a customer is no, and there weren't crab. We had to say no.
The crabbing fleet is anxious to hit the water, but he said hungry Oregonians should maybe temper their excitement.
Price negotiations continue to delay commercial harvests of Dungeness crab in Oregon.
Recent years have been affected by climate change, ocean hypoxia, biotoxins, and other factors that are just becoming more common.
Hi there. I'm going on a journey to reconnect with my favorite thing in this life, food. Growing up in Oregon, I've had some of the best seafood ever, and it's made me proud to live here. Food isn't just something we eat. It's a statement about our land, our traditions, and a bridge between cultures. But what happens when you depend on that food and it isn't there? My journey to learn more about the food in my home state brought me to places like Newman's Fish Company and Fisherman's Market, two local seafood venues with fantastically fresh food. Today, I came to talk to them about the Dungeness crab, Oregon's #1 commodity in fishing.
Whenever customers or family comes from different parts of the United States, the first thing they want to do is have a Northwest meal, have that Dungeness crab. It's fun for me to hear customers tell me that one of the reasons they live in Eugene is because they can come into a fish market like Newman's.
This year, Oregon's commercial crabbing season was delayed. Crab season, which routinely opens December 1st, was postponed until January 15th, 2023. This historically late start had devastating financial impacts on commercial fishers and business owners and spoiled annual holiday traditions for many.
For us, Christmas crab is a huge thing. On a normal year, we'll buy between 10 to 12,000 pounds of crab the week of Christmas, and we cook and clean or freeze every one of those. It's a lot of work, but it's a holiday tradition. So the season was delayed, the latest it's ever been this year. They start testing for quality to make sure the meat content is where it needs to be for the market. They start that in November, and if it doesn't look like they're going to have full crab, then they delay the season. New Year's, we didn't even buy crab. It was the first time I haven't had crab at New Year's this year.
December is by far our largest month for crab sales. And you don't really get those sales back after the holidays. Part of it is we have to change with the resource, but we can change Christmas maybe to the end of January. You're always looking at those reports thinking, all right, in 2 more weeks we're going to open. In 2 more weeks we're going to open. And, it did cause a lot of extra stress and anxiety, particularly during the holidays. I mean, the last thing you want to tell a customer is no, and there weren't crab. We had to say no.
With a tradition as big as Christmas crab in Oregon, it's alarming to think that the most realistic solution right now is to change the day of Christmas. If that's the case, we may be dealing with a really large and complex problem, one that could go well beyond this year's crab season delay.
The big concern that we have is we're so dependent upon our climate, our ocean conditions, our river conditions for our seafood, and it's scary to see the direction that we're going in. If we lose these things, that should be an indicator of what's happening to our environment.
The big news to me is the impact of this season has been on the coastal communities and the fishermen. In my opinion, they're not getting anywhere near a fair price. I know a lot of guys are struggling.
Negotiations over Dungeness crab prices continue today between commercial crabbers and processors. Charleston-based Hallmark Fisheries offered a starting price of $3 per pound, which was down from $5 last season.
Ryan is right. It's the people in coastal communities that are impacted most by this crisis. I had the chance to speak with Melissa, the founder of Charleston Fishing Families, a community organization in Charleston, Oregon, supporting fishing families in their community. Today, I was talking to her about how price negotiations between fish processors and commercial crabbers has affected the crab season delay and the impact it has had on fishing families in the community of Charleston.
Like one of the things going on could be the end of Charleston. Charleston isn't anything else other than a fish processing plant. This year, which is a combination of the domoic acid, a combination of the meat fill, but it was multiple different things that hit. And a big part of it was that fish plants not offering any price. Like not even offering a lowball price, but no price. So if you can imagine being a parent and December's rolling around, Christmas is rolling around, and you want to provide for your family, not to mention the fact that now it's December and you've promised your landlord for 2 months that there's going to be a rent payment coming through, and now we're on another delay that's completely out of your hands. I mean, this is a really scary thing that we're looking at happening.
That's right. Happening. Not happened, not could happen, happening. For fishing families around Oregon, this year's delay is a grim sign of the reality that they could face for years to come. We need to protect our ocean conditions, which will serve to protect marine life, ensuring the seafood we love, and most importantly, preserving the livelihoods of seafood businesses and fishing families around Oregon.